So who are you picking in this matchup of the Gators and the Hurricanes?
Well, looking at both teams, I would have to side with the Florida Gators. I think the Gators, Dan Mullen, has them turning the corner, and they are on their way to be back in that consistent top 10 powerhouse in college football. Miami, on the other hand, has shown spurts over the last couple of years, but they've deflated. They've always seemed to deflate towards the end of the season, and things turned out disappointing. Hopefully, Manny Diaz will be that infusion of energy to get them back to hurricane lore.
But that's not likely.
Well, he's got to start with recruiting, Jelly. That is the key to a successful college football program. As many of the teams that you see them routinely in the top 10, top 15 in recruiting. Their teams show that on the field that recruiting will definitely get you in that top echelon of teams. So that's definitely one of in my opinion, one of the biggest assets for any program is successful recruiting,
Right.
followed by
It's
coaching.
it's it's 90% of the game,
I agree.
basically. So any coach that comes in and starts winning the recruiting battle, finishing top 10 in recruiting, you're going to be a top 25 team just based on talent, right? If you're
Right.
finishing in the top 20, 25, top 30, then you're going to need good coaching for you to be elevated into the top 10. And of course, every 3 4 years, as you get a team that has numerous returning upperclassmen, you're going to basically peak every 4 years based on that.
Right. Now, I'll tell you what I tell a lot of my listeners. I give them the example. You can take just about any coach in college football and put them on the sideline at Alabama with their talent, and they're going to have success. I don't
Right.
care who it is. But you can't take Nick Saban
You
and
can't.
throw him on the sideline of
You
a FAU team this year. Not that FAU isn't going to be competitive. I really like that school, but Nick Saban won't don't take them to the playoffs this year.
well,
I don't
but
care
here's what
how
Nick
good the
Saban
coach
would
is.
do for that team. He would push double-digit wins with any team, almost right. 8, 9, 10 wins with any team, regardless
Uh,
of their talent level right now. Now, you take Saban away from Alabama and you put another coach in Alabama, even with all the talent, they're not necessarily going to live up to the talent, right? So it's a perfect combination of him being a master recruiter and a great developer of athletes and also a great game coach. So he has it all going for him. But I definitely see what you're saying. But I feel like if you take Saban away from Alabama, they are, even with this talent level, there's a chance that they don't win the SEC. He's just that much of a difference maker because coaching means a ton in college football.
yeah, you're right, but you definitely need those Jimmys and Joes, and I mean I don't care how good of a coach you are. Some of the teams that are out there without talent, um, he wouldn't be able to move the needle much further than where they are.
Right, but we're not
Uh,
talking about Power Five though, because I feel pretty confident in saying any Power Five program he lands at today is going to a bowl game.
uh,
And it's all
there's
right.
some
It's
real
all right for you to tell me that I'm crazy because
yeah,
I
there's
often
some real
say crazy
stinkers
stuff.
out. There's some real stinkers out there, Joey. if I didn't know some of those thinkers that were out there, I would say I
Saban
would agree with you,
Saban coaching Rutgers. Rutgers is going 6-6.
but right. But that's you're
That's
right.
a bowl
You're right.
game.
He may get them to 6-6.
That's a
You're
bowl
right.
game.
You're right. He may get them to 6-6.
Right. And
But
next year, once he
but
brings in his first recruiting class, they're eight. They're getting 8 wins. All right. And
is he getting Georgia?
by the time that
Is he
recruiting class gets to seniors, they're in the championship hunt.
is he getting Georgia State to the bowl game?
Woo! He's gonna get 5 wins or so out of Georgia State. But watch out for them the second year. The second year is saying Georgia State is gonna win that league.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because of recruiting. Again,
Yeah.
that's because of the recruiting.
Right. He's gonna win that league. All right. Is there another matchup on Saturday that you're looking forward to?
Yes, there are two matchups on Saturday, just two games. The second game is going to be out of Arizona Wildcats, out of the Pac-12, and Hawaii, the University of Hawaii. And this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup because with Arizona, you've got Khalil Tate, which is the dual threat quarterback. And if you remember a couple shows ago, you asked me who I thought the player of the year of the Pac-12 would be. It was Khalil Tate. He's exciting runner and passer, um, blazing speed, good arm. You know, he's going to lead this team, I believe, to get to a bowl game, possibly a New Year's bowl game. They've got new head coach Kevin Sumlin coming from Texas A&M, who has always had high-powered offenses and successful offenses under, his leadership. Remember, he coached Johnny Manziel in that offense as well. But the thing is, this will be a test for Arizona because Hawaii, believe it or not, is bringing back more starters than any team in the country this year.
Rainbows.
Hawaii is bringing 9 starters back on defense, 9 of 11. And then they're turning around on offense and they're bringing in 8 starters back on offense.
Wow.
Cole McDonald, the quarterback, he's also another dual threat quarterback. And everything I've heard coming out of Rainbow Warrior Camp is that they're starting to get that swagger back.
Really?
And I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, Hawaii's offense, when Norm Chow was there.
I was gonna say they
that
had
offense
some. I was gonna say they had some famous old coach, and even before that, Norm Chow.
Right.
I think it was maybe a Schellenberger or somebody or something like that.
June Jones.
June Jones. Yeah.
So they can be flashy. I mean, they had some good talent. I don't know where they get that talent in
Hey,
Hawaii.
those
But
Polynesian
Tua's
dudes.
coming from there as well.
Those Polynesian dudes play football for real.
They do. So that's a really good matchup, and I'm excited to see. So I'll actually be at the Florida Miami game, but shortly after the game, I want to try to get myself settled in and watch that Hawaii and Arizona game because I think it'll be a treat.
Okay.